It's 11:45, almost midnight, and this is my night before I go into 7 days of night shift, so I typically stay up all night so I can sleep during the day. It's been pretty slow because, I don't know, my wife kind of likes me and she wants me around the house. Working out here hasn't really been as much of a priority. I needed to do some projects around the house, and with the rest of my free time, really spent it like just enjoying each other's company and playing board games together. Favorite board game is probably together it's something called The Colonists, but it's like an epic 3-4 hour long game. It's awesome. It's what we call a brain burner. We also enjoy Underwater Cities and Ark Nova. Everdell is awesome one, by the way, if you have a family. A lot of cute little cards and creatures. We actually have the complete edition. Actually, it's pretty weighty when you put all those expansions in there. Oh, the camera's kinda, let's maybe clean some sawdust off the camera there. Okay, so the sawdust is off the camera. Not sure if that obstructed the view at all. But anyway, what am I talking about? I don't know. I'm rambling. Night shift. I'm out here. Oh, right. So behind me is the back wall of this shed. And I have some water that I've collected. Rainwater collection. And behind me is going to be the wall where I'm going to put our filter system. It's been kind of slow going getting that going. We want some water out here so we can at least refill the camper. Wash dishes. Use it for watering plants and stuff like that. First, I'll probably at some point put a upstream filter. Let's see. I don't know, maybe I'll just send it all through the filter. So we water the plants even with filtered water. I guess that, I don't know, these filters, they've got a lot of life, and as little as we use water out here, I'm not really worried about using up the good, hydration. I think the only thing we can really use up is I have a UV system to kind of kill any bacteria or pathogen, stuff like that, that grows in there. But if I remember correctly, I think that's on all the time. I don't know if that only turns on when there's water flow. So I think that bulb's just replaced once a year anyway, so I don't really think, the filters behind me are like 10-year. It's basically like replace them 10 years or ever millions of gallons of water you use. I forget the rating, but it's going to be 10 years for us because we're not going to use that much water first. But anyway, the point is, by the end of the night, hopefully I'll have a system set up. I think I have everything I need. If I don't, you'll see the video interrupted, and I'll explain what I don't have done yet. So anyway, I'm going to be moving some stuff around here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but the pump is down here. I actually already have it mounted, but I think I'm going to actually remove this. I wanted a backing wall that's not drywall, something that's a little bit more resistant to water, just in case, I don't know, any leaks happen. Don't anticipate that, but I actually had some plastic kind of roof panels from, kind of like corrugated metal, only it's plastic. It's clear, so I guess we'll be able to see the insulation behind, but I think I'm just going to use what I have. I have them because, man, this is a long intro. I have a treehouse fort that I call it. It's basically something I built with logs, running through trees to kind of give my tractor some cover before I built my solar array. It's back before we even, it's like when we first bought the property, I just wanted something to kind of cover up the tractor. And so I have some plywood up on the top. Water sheds off the top really easily, but I kind of wanted to make it a little bit more watertight-ish, so I bought some of this roofing material for it to kind of make the plywood on top last longer. But really, I think the plywood's going to last long enough, and I'm not really using it anymore anyway. So long story short, I have that material sitting around useless, since I'm not going to put it on that thing. I figured I might as well use it for the wall back here, and we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty sure I can fit it around so that it hits on the studs, and it'll work just fine connecting it together. So I got some fasteners that I'm going to use for that I think are more for sheet metal, but they seem to work fine for plastic. Anyway, I'm going to take off that cement. That's kind of like a, you know, back of... What am I trying to say? That's used for the back wall of like showers and stuff like that behind the tile that you use in showers. Anyway, I forget what that's called. Something cement, fibrous backing. I don't know. Whatever it is. I'm probably going to take that down just so it's all uniform with the corrugated stuff. That was actually what I mounted my inverters to on the opposite side of the wall, just so they're a little bit more fireproof. Again, I didn't want just drywall there. I wanted something that would withstand a little bit more fire, just in case something blew up and breakers tripped. It lessens the chance of some type of a fire. I'm kind of rambling because I'm tired, and let's get to work. So I'll probably do a time lapse here. Not 12 hours. Man, I'm a little tired. In the morning, and I didn't get it hooked up. So it only took about 3 hours to do all of this, which is not, I think I started around midnight, a little bit before, which is not bad for wiring up a couple outlets, putting up that the plastic sheathing. I explained why I was doing that earlier in the intro, and kind of putting everything on the wall and lining this up. Unfortunately, I'm missing some few parts, and I can't quite... well, let's just... Right, the first problem is I did not realize that when I ordered this system, I just figured everything was... You know, it came with these fittings, right? So I got the hoses, and I thought that would be fine. Unfortunately, this sediment filter is... female. And I just assumed that it would either come with the fittings or you know, naturally I wouldn't need to buy those, so I need to buy that. That's unfortunate. Also, where I put my pump, I'm gonna have to do a male to male connector there. So that's a thing. Also, a good thing I double checked the inlet and the outlet. I'm kind of going backwards. The inlet's over here on this side. I don't know if you can see the arrow there in the dark. And then this is the effluent. So they also have the arrows here, which is a little dark. You can't see that. I actually didn't see these until just now. But anyway, these are all O-rings, so I only had to thread the connection where I put the hose on. These are nice flexible hoses, so any type of vibration isn't going to be transmitted. Really eliminate from the pump. And then these flex are just easier instead of having PVC all the way to each of these filters. Basically, this is a well water system because we were going to get a well until we found out it cost $20,000. And eventually, when we move out here, we'd still like that to have more of a, I don't know, kind of a supplemental source in case it doesn't rain in the summer. So this is actually like the well system part where it does something with air bubbles, and I'm gonna need to put an outlet. There's a hose, I think it connects to here or maybe this side. I forget where, but that's what this hose is for. It needs a drain. Basically, this injects air. Something about getting rid of the iron. I believe this is the iron. And then we have the sediment filter, right? So this basically is blowing bubbles, doing something with the well water that typically, I think like sulfur and some iron, whatever's normally in wells, this is kind of helping take care of that. And then we have the sediment filter. This, I guess, is not really a filter, so it doesn't really need to worry about any sediment in there. I said to hook this up next. So I'll need a male connection there. And then again, everything's just a little bit backwards with the inlet and the outlet. So the inlet to this carbon filter, right? So this is my real filter, is going to be over there. You can kind of see from this side. So once I get that, this will be here. So the carbon filter outlet over to, this is actually a salt-free, right there, salt-free water softener. So basically it does some sort of ion exchange. I forget the physics how this works, but it basically makes it so that you still technically have, you know, hard water, but it's not hard water because I forget what chemicals make hard water. What is that? What makes the scale? I forget. Anyway, basically this deactivates it does something to the molecules, so it's still there. It's not filtered out like happens in a salt. Well, I guess, you know what? Salt would do the same thing too. It doesn't drain. They're still there. They're just deactivated and it's not hard. Anyway, this again is good for basically, I forget whether I replace the media. I think they have a kit to open it up and replace the media. Or I can just order a new bottle. And same with this one, but these are like years worth. And then this one's like forever because it's just blowing bubbles. Like when my wife taught little kids swim lessons, blow bubbles. Anyway, from there, it's going to go to a UV thing, just to make sure that we're killing any pathogens and stuff like that. I actually forgot about the UV filter until the very end. I was, you know, you saw me arranging these tanks, and then I remember that I had this thing. So it's it says that it goes in the bottom. It could be put horizontal, but they recommend it vertical. So I'm gonna do it diagonal, a little bit of vertical and a little bit of horizontal. So we're gonna do that, so that way the bubbles still kind of drain out the top, but I still accomplish. I was gonna do horizontal. Just to kind of accommodate this filter, but really I kind of have to do that. So there shouldn't be any problem because they say vertical or horizontal and they recommend vertical, so the air bubbles go to the top. And so yeah, I think that should work. I don't see any problems with vertical. It's mounted very sturdy. Everything is screwed into the studs that needs to be screwed into the studs. That is the thing for the UV light. They call this thing a reactor. It's not a reactor. Anyway, right, and then this has power, and then that has power, and everything can reach those outlets. I do think that, I don't know, there's water here. I don't think this is on a GFCI. I know my RV outlet is GFCI. I don't think... let's see. I know I have the exterior outlet as a GFCI. This one is on the exterior lights. These are the interior lights. So I have a GFCI here, daisy chained, but those are not. That doesn't need a GFCI. It's only, you know, I mean, I guess I could and just make it all GFCI, but I really don't. I just need these GFCI. So I wired, I think I wired the right one into the left one. Yeah, so I did it from the direction of power. So the left one, if I make the left one a GFCI, both those outlets are going to be GFCI. So I might just go back and buy a GFCI breaker just so it's... I don't think I'd have any problems, but just in case, I should probably do what the instructions recommend. And, you know, it can't hurt to have the pump and this on a GFCI as well. So, I think I'll do that. It's probably, I think, because this is metal, So something just in case it shorts, you want this to trip instantly so you can't accidentally get shocked by touching that casing. And I don't know, this, I mean, it's not pretty, but I think I should probably do another screw right there just to kind of hold that in. Some of these screws are just to kind of, like this one, it's just to hold it in place. It's not actually screwed into but these are screwed in the studs. Yeah, it's not pretty, but it works, and it got me my drip-proof wall. I mean, it's not technically watertight, but I really doubt if water sprays, it's going to reach all the way up. That's a... You know, it would have to, like, yeah, that's, if that happens, I got worse problems going on. Anyway, I wanted a little bit of, just in case I'm ever changing these filters out and, you know, changing the UV ball, like, and there's a little bit of extra pressure, and it sprays. I just wanted that immediate wall kind of, well, I also wanted it done. Eventually I'm going to drywall this inside. And I didn't want to have to like move all my filters around after I already got it done. So, yeah, it's kind of done now. I didn't have any drywall and I had that on hand, kind of like how I talked about in the intro. So I think I'm done. I still have enough room. My goal is to make a desk over here. So eventually I can bring my, computer out here. And this will kind of be my office as well as little miniature workshop, tool barn, whatever kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing I have going on up there. So anyway, I think that's gonna be it for now. Actually, I take it back. You guys want to go on a tractor ride? No, I don't know, I'm tired. I think a tractor ride would be fun. I never get to use my lights on my tractor. Let's go on a tractor ride. Lights are, oops, I can't remember. Let's just turn on the hallelujah lights. That's those up there. Hallelujah. Oh, look at that difference. Oh man, you can see everything. Right, anyway, I just wanted to say, have a good night, and sorry I didn't go on a tractor ride. It's just, I'm too tired. I'm really hungry. I want to go eat, and take a shower, and go to bed a little bit early here. I'm exhausted. I'm really not in any shape to be driving a tractor, even though I have plenty of light with the hallelujah light. So, I think I'll say goodbye. And thanks for staying, and we'll maybe do a midnight tractor ride some other time, or a 3 a.m. tractor ride. Anyway, see you guys. Have a great one, and thanks for tuning in. God bless y'all.